Tonight, Eyewitness News Everywhere uncovers a battle over a baby born in Memphis. The adoption battle is now, though, heading to the New York Supreme Court.
But the birth father is here in Tennessee. He says his baby daughter was given away without his consent. He blames loopholes in Tennessee law and those who knew how to jump through them. Chief Investigator Jenny DePrizio is uncovering all sides of this adoption battle. Jenny.
Martin Ursery says he spent almost a year and a half trying to get his baby back. He blames the birth mother, an adoption lawyer, and juvenile court workers.
I love Michaela, even though I've never seen her.
Martin Ursery is talking about his daughter, Michaela.
Dominated my life. Financially, it has put me in a bind. Mentally, it's been wearing on me, emotionally.
Just days after the baby was born, she and her adoptive parents got on a plane and left without Ursery knowing.
It doesn't make any sense. It's in New York. The mother's from here. I'm from here. The baby was born here. The child was moved to New York, and it became a New York matter. Prospective adoptive parents.
Ursery says before the baby was ever born, he refused to consent to the adoption. He then put his name on the putative fathers registry, a state list of fathers laying claim to their children.
That was going to stop the adoption. That alone, the putative registry was going to allow me to be involved and be able to say no at the adoption.
Days after the baby was born, Ursery went to juvenile court to try and get a DNA test to prove he was the father. Ursery says he never got the paperwork filed for that test.
They said, your name is going around this building and you need to go upstairs and see Jackie Daniels.
Ursery says instead of letting him file the paperwork, this caseworker, Jackie Daniels Miller, called Kevin Weaver, the adoptive parent's lawyer. Ursery says Weaver convinced him to leave juvenile court and go to his office for a DNA test. When we tried to ask Miller about her role, she pretended to be someone else and then refused to answer questions.
Can you tell me, why did you call Kevin Weaver when Martin Ursery came to find out about his adoption?
In hindsight, I learned that if juvenile court would have given me the petition for the DNA and let me file it, it could have tied up the adoption and involved me in the adoption. This is the mother.
What Martin didn't know at that time was the mother had already surrendered her parental rights in juvenile court to the would-be adoptive parents.
There's a loophole in the law.
Ursery didn't have to be notified because the court hearing wasn't an adoption proceeding, and the registry he thought would protect him didn't.
The registry was for adoptions that took place in Tennessee. The adoption was filed in New York.
Obviously, you know that he wanted the baby.
He does now, but papers haven't signed. It's a little too late.
The birth mom defends how she and her attorney handled the case.
So because Mark hung up the phone and Mark decided to go and do a DNA test at the office, that's Mark. That ain't Kevin.
Kevin Weaver is no stranger to controversial adoptions. Remember the Anna Mae He adoption battle? Weaver was the first attorney to counsel Jackie about giving temporary custody of their daughter, Anna Mae, to Jerry and Louise Baker. About a year later, Weaver represented the Bakers, who were trying to stop the Hees from regaining custody. The Bakers almost succeeded in adopting Anna Mae, but after years of battling, the state Supreme Court gave the Hees their daughter back. For Ursery, the He case is all too familiar.
I feel like they were intended to move this child to New York, that they had to take avenues around me. It was well orchestrated plan on Mr. Weaver's behalf.
He's not going to get this baby. He's not going to get it.
The birth mother says it's too late for Ursery to get his baby back.
Family pictures.
But this dedicated father says he won't give up.
She's my baby and my blood, and I want to be with her.
Now, the attorney Kevin Weaver says he did nothing wrong and handled the case professionally. However, Weaver wouldn't comment because there's a professional complaint against him that's under investigation. Also not talking right now, the attorney representing juvenile court, the judge there. He won't comment, saying the adoption proceedings could end up back in Tennessee. Of course, that depends on what a New York judge decides.
And I understand this isn't the first baby that the birth mother is actually given up for adoption.
Exactly. The birth mother's already given another baby, so this is the second baby she's given up adoption to a family in New York State, and she admitted to me that she chose a couple in New York State because She's familiar with the laws.
All right, thanks a lot. According to papers filed with the Supreme Court in the state of New York, the adoptive parents, Amy and Jamie Bezel, say the birth mother never informed them that the birth father wanted the child.
Eyewitness weather where you live. Accurate